Hi, Big Dreamers. It's Eva Cartman, the host of the Dream Big podcast show, the place to go to learn, laugh, and grow. This episode is being published on December 31st, 2018, the last day of the year, and tomorrow rings in a new year, 2019. And maybe when you are listening to this, it is already 2019. So wishing all you Big Dreamers a Happy New Year. Now, if you're like me, you want to make 2019 your best year ever. And I've got good news for you. Today, I'm going to tell you how, and all you need to be able to do is distinguish between rocks, pebbles, and sand. Rocks, pebbles, and sand, you're probably wondering? Yes, rocks, pebbles, and sand. And I'm going to share with you what that means in this, the 118th episode of the Dream Big podcast, in the final episode of 2018. It's time to dream big. My name is Eva Cartman. I'm part of a squad of super kids that are here to change the world. We don't believe you need to be adults to have big goals and start working towards your dreams. We believe age is just a number, and you're never too young to make a difference. We may be young, but we are not naive. We understand that achieving our big dreams will not be easy. It will take incredible dedication, hard work, and yes, massive action. There will be ups and downs, but we embrace the challenges and relish pushing outside of our comfort zone because this is how we grow. They may not teach us these concepts in our school textbooks, but we are smart enough to know that the tools and tactics to achieve our big dreams are out there. And we are willing to do the work to seek out these skills and master them because we know that our future depends on it. We are the Big Dreamers, and it's time to dream big. Before I get into the unforgettable story of rock, pebbles, and sand, I wanted to briefly note that last year at this time, I did an episode on the best way to make New Year resolutions. We got a lot of great feedback on that episode, so if you're listening to this and you have not made your 2019 resolutions yet and want to make ones that stick, please go to dreambigpodcast.com/66 to check out that episode. You've probably noticed in most of my recent solo episodes, I've told stories. Stories are a great way to illustrate an important lesson or point. And I'm about to tell you an unforgettable story that teaches such a powerful lesson about making priorities in your life so that you can achieve your big dreams in 2019 and beyond. I hope you share this story with your friends and family and remember it forever. Here it goes. At the start of class, the teacher set a big glass jar on the table, along with a handful of large rocks. Mind you, the teacher does not normally start class this way, so all the students are sitting at the edge of their seats waiting to see what he does next. After a minute, the teacher begins to place the rocks in the jar one at a time until they reach the top of the jar. He then asks his students, "Please raise your hand if you think the jar is full." And since it was clear that no more rocks could fit in the jar, all the students raised their hands. "Are you sure about that?" the teacher responds with a smile. From behind his desk, he then pulls out a pile of small pebbles, adding them to the jar, shaking it slightly until they fill the spaces between the rocks. The teacher then asks again, "Is the jar full now?" Now the students see a jar that in their eyes, once again, is completely full. Clearly, after the small pebbles, nothing else could fit inside. So all the students once again collectively agreed that the jar is indeed full. The teacher shook his head with amusement, revealing another surprise from behind his desk, a scoop of sand which he added to the jar, filling the space between the pebbles. He asked the same question again. "Is the jar full?" This time, the class is divided, some feeling that the jar is obviously full, but others are thinking the teacher must have yet another trick up his sleeve. Sure enough, he grabs a pitcher of water and fills the jar to the brim, saying, "If the jar is your life, what does this experiment show you?" A bold student replies, "No matter how busy you think you are, you can always take on more." "That's one view, but I would disagree," he replies. Then he looked out at the class and shares this powerful lesson. The rocks represent the big things in your life, the things that are most important, your family, your health, fulfilling your hopes and dreams. Even without the pebbles and the sand, the jar would still be full and your life would still have meaning. The pebbles represent the things in your life that matter, but you could live without. Material items like toys that you like but don't really love, or hobbies that interest you but you're not passionate about. You may enjoy these things, but they're not critical for you to have a meaningful life. These things often come and go and are not permanent or essential to your overall well-being. The sand and water represent the small stuff that fills our time, like watching TV, playing on our phones, or running errands. These things don't mean much to your life as a whole and are likely only done to waste time or get small tasks accomplished. Looking out at the class again, he says, I have one last very important question for you. What would have happened if I started by filling the jar with sand? You see, big dreamers, the lesson of this story is that if you start by putting sand in the jar, you will not have room for rocks or pebbles.
Sand will fill up the whole jar. And once the jar is full, then there's no room for the rocks. And that's the most important part.
That's right, Sophia. So as you look into 2019, my wish for you is to start focusing more of your energy on the rocks and less on the sand. Fill this year up with the activities and priorities that are most important to your life. Spend quality time with your family and focus on developing your unique gift. Talk to your parents and come up with the 3 rocks, the 3 big things that if you can accomplish in 2019, you know it will have been a great year. And it is okay if you choose some pebbles too. Maybe a new hobby you want to try, or a new toy that you hope to get. But please, try to spend as little time as possible in the sand. If you spend too much time on your phone, or playing video games, or watching TV, at the end of 2019, you'll find that you would have not had the amazing year that I know that 2019 could be for you. I am so pumped and excited for 2019. Thank you to all the big dreamers listening for being part of this journey in 2018, and I'm so excited to continue this journey with you in 2019.
This is Sophia. I'm excited for the new year too.
On behalf of my parents, Alex and Olga, of course my sister Sophia, and our dog Annie, we hope you all had a wonderful holiday season, enjoyed a nice break from school, and had a chance to spend time with friends and family. As a reminder, we still have our free Confidence Secrets course available at dreambigpodcast.com/beta. Going back to the rock, pebble, and sand story for a minute, a lot of people spend most of their time in the sand because it is light and does not require much effort. And they purposely avoid rocks because those bigger tasks are heavier. They're more difficult. But if you have learned anything from the Dream Big podcast in 2018, you know that it will not be easy to achieve your big dreams. And it is when we are kids that we can really develop our sense of self-belief and come to understand that we are capable of doing more than we ever thought possible. In my free Confidence Secrets course, you'll get over 1 hour of me teaching you about how to develop your superpower of self-belief. If you're a younger big dreamer listening to this, please ask your parents to help you get it. Again, it's completely free for a limited time, so please take advantage and get the course while you still can at dreambigpodcast.com/beta. And if you enjoyed this story of rocks, pebbles, and sand, then please tell your friends and family about the Dream Big podcast. You can point them directly to this episode at dreambigpodcast.com/118. As always, thank you so much for tuning into the Dream Big podcast. This is Eva Cartman reminding you that you have unlimited potential. Your dreams are not optional, you need to make them essential. So take massive action to turn those big dreams into reality. Live with passion, the way life is meant to be. See you next episode and have a great new year. Bye!